You ever have one of those days where you wake up, pour your coffee, step outside, and boom, the universe throws you a curveball so ridiculous you can't decide if you should laugh or lose your mind? Yeah, that was me. The morning I found a thick HOA violation envelope stuck to my door, bright red sticker, bold letters, excessive vehicle accumulation. I just stared at it, mug in hand, wondering if this was some kind of joke or candid camera. Because in my world, I'm just the car guy on the corner minding my business, keeping my Mustang shiny and my driveway neat. Apparently, that's a crime now. You know what I mean? Let me back up a sec because honestly, I didn't start out planning to run a neighborhood empire. 15 years ago, I was just some tech worker with a wrench and a little family money looking for a quiet spot to call home. River Oaks was perfect, good schools, friendly faces. Nobody cared if your grass was a quarter-inch too high or your dog barked at squirrels. The HOA was a background noise, just a few folks who liked to keep the pool clean and the playground safe. Life was good, and I kept to myself fixing up old cars on weekends, paying my dues, not making waves. Things changed. When houses started going up for sale, then foreclosure deals rolled in. Couldn't help myself, I started snapping them up, one LLC at a time, like my CPA taught me. Suddenly, I was the landlord for half the block, but nobody really noticed. Everyone just saw me rolling around in my old F-150 or hunched over a classic Mustang under a tarp. My tenants were happy neighbors, were chill, and I liked it that way. But the universe has a wicked sense of humor because that's when Cindy rolled in new blood, new energy with a grin sharp enough to cut glass. Within weeks, she'd charmed her way onto the HOA board, and before we knew it, she was president. At first, it was harmless garden parties, shiny flower beds, newsletter about neighborhood spirit. But then the tone shifted. Suddenly, my mailbox was getting stuffed with warnings. Hose left out, trash can, not hidden fast enough, and then the big one, too many cars. New rule 2, cars per driveway. Anything extra, $150 each every single month. No discussion, no vote, just slapped on a bulletin board next to a locked pool nobody used in the winter. I tried to reason with Cindy, shot her a message, told her about my Mustang project, how it was my pride and joy, always covered up, never an eyesore. She replied with a one-liner, rules are rules. If you wanted to speak up, you should have attended the session. I mean, come on, nobody even knew there was a meeting. She smirked at the next HOA gathering, gave everyone 60 seconds to talk, shut down every question with this smile that said, I dare you to challenge me. It got real ugly after that. My fees jumped from $200 to $350 overnight just because I wouldn't pay her new vehicle tax. The next thing I know, she's slapping fines on my rentals. 2, grass an inch too long here, a garden hose too visible there. One of my tenants even got dinged for leaving a bike in the front yard. The kicker, I realized she had no idea how many houses I actually owned. She thought I was just another stubborn car guy, but really I held the keys to half the neighborhood. Now here's the twist. Not only did Cindy break every rule in the HOA playbook, but when I dug into the financials, I found out landscaping costs had exploded funny all around her house, and some shady consulting fees were going straight to her brother-in-law. The more I looked, the more it smelled. I asked a buddy of mine, let's call him Mike, who's a numbers whiz and happens to live a street over, to help me comb through the records. He nearly spit out his coffee when he saw how much money was getting funneled to just a handful of properties. That's when I knew it wasn't just me Cindy was targeting. It was anyone who didn't fit her picture-perfect suburb fantasy. So I went nuclear. My attorney and I hit the board with official requests from every LLC paperwork avalanche. Cindy freaked, firing off violation notices so fast my mailbox could barely keep up. but she messed with the wrong guy because the bylaws say if you own 25% of the homes, you can call a special meeting. And guess who had 65%? This guy. We sent certified letters to every single homeowner, and Cindy tried to cancel it, said only the board could call meetings. My lawyer dropped this bylaw on her desk like a mic meeting was on, whether she liked it or not. Picture this community center, 40 neighbors packed in Cindy and her posse glaring daggers from the front row. I walk up calm as Sunday morning and lay out every bylaw violation, every shady dollar, every selective fine. Cindy tried to talk over me, said I only had one vote. That's when I brought out the folder, a full list of all my properties. According to the bylaws, I said every property gets a vote, and I represent 46. You should have seen her face. Her own board members started squirming, some even asked to see the documents. Mike, who'd been quiet until then, backed me up, confirming the numbers. We voted right there, 46, for removing the board. Almost everyone else followed, and Cindy was out along with her crew. Appointed a new interim board, froze all spending, called for a full audit. Turns out Cindy and friends had splurged on a luxury retreat dinners, out and just about drained our reserve fund. Sent them a demand letter, pay it back or face legal heat. Some cave paid up, a couple moved away. But here's where it really shifted. Folks started asking if we needed an HOA at all. Maybe just a simple association, keep the pool and grass tidy, forget the power trips. We held a vote, everyone weighed in. And you know what? We dissolved the HOA, set up a basic group, dropped the fees, and finally people could breathe again. Kids' bikes out front, Mustangs and minivans parked where you want, even a wild green door or two showing up on the street. Sometimes I sit on my porch with a cold one watching the sun drop behind the trees, and I think, did I do the right thing blowing the whole thing up, or should I have tried to play nice a little longer? Maybe there's no fixing people who crave that kind of control. What would you have done? Fight back, walk away, or just let the chaos play out? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because let's be real, everyone's got an opinion when it comes to HOA's justice and neighborhood drama.